This and every episode of REKT Podcast is brought to you by Beaksy Exchange, an upcoming cryptocurrency exchange built in collaboration with One Market Data. Beaksy is bringing legacy finance speed, power, and sophistication to crypto for the first time. With 225,000 transactions per second per pair, comparable to NASDAQ, 15 order types on day one, with 25 order types on full rollout, and a dedicated customer support team, Beaksy is setting itself apart from the competition. Check out Beaksy today at Beaksy.com and pre-register today at Beaksy.com/registration to get your free Beaksy Exchange tokens. That's Beaksy.com, BEAXY.com.
This episode is brought to you by the Internet.
That's awesome. And that's going to be our open. Hello and welcome to REKT Podcast. We are back after a short break. This episode is brought to you by the Internet. Chamber, my esteemed colleague and co-host, back on the wagon here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been poisoning my mind for the last week or so with ghost videos on YouTube.
Tell me more about this, because I can't help but think that you're a giant fucking loser.
Wow. I mean, obviously, I think that goes without saying. But I used to watch all these like ghost shows and stuff like that. I used to put on TV. They were just absolute garbage. And then on YouTube,
what was your favorite ghost show?
There's one called, my favorite one, my guilty pleasure one would have probably have been like Ghost Adventurers with the Ghost Bros.
Ghost Bros.
Yeah, they're pretty bro-y, and half of the episode I would just spend just laughing at them and their broness. But they weren't. None of them are good. But what YouTube does is they compile all the best stuff online and kind of put them into, digestible 10-minute videos, and you can really crush through a bunch of them. The last one I was watching was like dogs seeing stuff that the owners couldn't see. That shit'll freak you the fuck out.
So, are you a believer?
I mean, I'm a what would you call me? I am a realist. I don't go out of my way to believe in things, but at the same time, I'm not going to deny stuff that's super weird either. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to I'm not going to just poo-poo any ideas that are in, if you have some serious visual evidence, I'll give it a second look for sure.
What's the most compelling thing you saw?
There was one where a dog, so I'll speak specifically to the pet one, where the dog wouldn't take a treat in this particular portion of the living room. And it was pretty crazy. So, the owner was giving him different kinds of food to kind of show that it's not just the type of treat that he's getting that he doesn't want to eat. It's the exact spot. So he would take the same one and put it in different areas, and the dog would go to all the different areas except for this one spot. And then the theory was that I guess there was another dog that had just died, like one of his buddies. Like he had two dogs and one of them died. And he used to try and that dog used to try and steal the other dog's treats all the time, and the other one would yell at them. And they were showing kind of side-by-side videos of this is how it would react, with the dog around. It looked very, very similar to how the dog was reacting when there was nothing around. So that was interesting. It was interesting. I'm not saying that it was a ghost dog walking around, but I'm not saying it wasn't.
You're saying there was a ghost dog. That is exactly what you're saying.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, man. Well, anyway, my life has been terrible for the past, 4 or 5 days. The moving company I hired totally screwed me. So about 12 hours before I was supposed to move. So then I had to rent a truck by myself and move my whole apartment suddenly by myself. And finally, then the worst part too was after I empty the truck, everything like that, the next day I have to go back to Saratoga and drive 4 hours there, get the other car, and drive 4 hours back. So that's lovely. But yeah, it was terrible. But I just got my internet back today, so we are ready to rock and roll. So let's get into it, Chamber. Without further ado, let's get to the news. Chamber, you going to start us off, buddy?
Damn right I am. And
All right.
obviously this news is brought to us by Masari.io.
Oh. Yeah, we are keeping our... Oh, actually, before we get any further, we have a new sponsor here.
Oh, that's right, we do.
Yes, so we definitely have to take some time, and you've definitely already heard of them because we had them on last week. So anybody who's interested out there in accumulating more Bitcoin needs to check out Lolli. That is Lolli. You can find them at lolli.com and on Twitter at TryLolli. Lolli is a free browser extension. Put it right on your Chrome or most browsers that you're looking at. Free browser extension that lets you earn Bitcoin when you shop online. For every purchase at one of the Lolli merchants, you can get up to 30% Bitcoin back directly to your wallet. So I did this with them directly on our episode, and I purchased stuff from Walmart, and I am now stacking sats. I have my Lolli wallet showing a balance now, which only took about 6 hours or so, which was pretty quick. Lolli has partnered with over 500 merchants, including Jet.com, Overstock, SeatGeek, and Priceline. Another one that I thought was cool was Hilton. So any of these places that you're using online that you're basically shopping online already for, use Lolli. Lolli is safe, completely free to use, and it's a great way to earn Bitcoin and share Bitcoin with your family and friends. Don't miss out on your chance to accumulate more Bitcoin for the next bull run. Check out lolli.com. That's LOLLI.com, and on Twitter at TryLolli. Chamber, my Lolli experience has been awesome, and I just ordered. So what I'm going to do for the next 10 episodes while Lolli is our sponsor here, I'm going to buy all of my groceries online from Lolli, or from Jet.com and Lolli, and we're going to see how many sats I can stack.
That's awesome. I like how they're like kind of framing it like a rewards program as opposed to like cryptocurrency. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he said that was kind of what his background was before that, right?
It's like a sneaky way to introduce, the normies to crypto,
I saw them, well, speaking of that, I saw them retweet something yesterday that was pretty interesting. And we kind of talked about it a little on the show, it's a cool way to get new people in if they're afraid to buy, right? They're just earning Bitcoin based on what they're already doing online. You know what I mean? So like for my fiance, where we're going to buy groceries now, and I'm going to show her, hey, earn some Bitcoin, and then hopefully Bitcoin goes up and we're having a great time. Hopefully. All right. So let's get to your news story here.
So this news article, a lot of people have been talking about this lately. Facebook's upcoming cryptocurrency, quote cryptocurrency, has nothing to do with Bitcoin. This is from Forbes.com. Rumors that Facebook will eventually issue their own cryptocurrency have been swirling for a while now, but it's likely that this product will be a cryptocurrency in name only and not anything to do with the utility offered by Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency and blockchain are two words that get thrown around with little meaning behind them these days. For example, Ripple's XRP token is likely too centralized to be considered a true cryptocurrency, as are the various stablecoins currently available in the market. It appears that Facebook's so-called global coin
is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, global coin.
What?
I found a typo too on Forbes.com. Forbes, come on.
Come on, Forbes.
That this global coin will fall into the same category of centralized faux cryptocurrency. So this is pretty interesting. I like how they call out XRP. I think I think that's pretty funny, considering this is Forbes, which is obviously a very mainstream news site, and even they are seeing the difference between or the real definition of a cryptocurrency being obviously a non-centralized, and they're calling out the ones that aren't, like the stable coins like XRP and like global coin. What are your thoughts on the Facebook global coin, Bunch?
Well, I think it was probably pretty obvious that it wasn't going to be built on top of Bitcoin, and it wasn't going to be this decentralized thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's nothing about Facebook now that says that would be a direction in which they would go.
Isn't global coin too such like a
it's so
like
lame.
Black Mirror?
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like global coin, like New World Order sort of thing. Like, this is pretty insane.
In a world where Mark Zuckerberg has all your information.
Oh, you mean this current world?
This current world.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome to global coin.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm a real human being.
That was a real pull quote from Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah. We got him on the podcast.
Drink the water, smile contently.
That actually is pretty funny. Like, it fits Mark Zuckerberg that he couldn't come up with anything a little more creative.
It's going to be like a global coin. What should we call it?
I say global coin. Thanks, Mark.
Wow.
Yeah, I miss doing this. Anyway, so I obviously am not surprised here at all. It's not surprising. Does it say what it's going to do or anything like that yet? Do we know? We
don't know. We just have a name now.
Is it basically just going to be used in Facebook and WhatsApp?
Oh, here we go. Here, I got a little bit more here. Okay. So all the public information about Facebook's quote-unquote cryptocurrency offering indicates that it won't be much different than PayPal, Cash App, or any other traditional digital wallet. So that's
okay. So it's not even a really coin that does anything. Then it's more interesting. We'll see.
Right. We will see.
Cool. Can't wait.
Buckle up.
Can't wait.
Cutting edge Facebook technology.
All right, I got one also that we pulled from Masari.com that comes from thenextweb.com. Cryptopia needs $2 million to keep database alive, or users may never recover their tokens. So this is interesting news. We're all familiar with the Cryptopia hack, and I guess I'm kind of not surprised at that one either.
I mean, I think since day one, since episode 1, I think we were talking Cryptopia.
It used to be on the REKT index.
REKT index, yeah. Right, so we called this one a long time ago.
Not the REKT index, the REKT test.
The REKT test, you're right.
Yeah, so
the REKT test.
We can see the future and knew, because we used to make fun of people for trading on Cryptopia. Right. So here you go. Defunct cryptocurrency exchange Cryptopia warned that it'll take some months at least to figure out how to return tokens owed to its users. Cryptopia administrators have also requested urgent interim relief, which they say is critical to maintain a single SQL database that stores all of its users' individual account holdings and contact details. They're quoted as saying, without this information, reconciling individual holdings with the currencies held by Cryptopia will be impossible. So they posted a statement here on their website on May 27th that says, on Friday, May 24th, 2019, we filed a petition in bankruptcy court in the South District of New York seeking recognition of New Zealand liquidation in the USA. We also applied for urgent interim relief, and we took these steps to preserve Cryptopia information that is stored on hosted servers. So as we know, in January, hackers forced Cryptopia offline and drained $16 million in digital assets from its operational wallets. And they tried to relaunch, and that totally failed. And so the exchange has finally commenced their liquidation process here with Grant Thornton, New Zealand, earlier this month. Bloomberg reported that liquidators were worried that all of its data could be overwritten or lost unless Cryptopia pays an eye-watering $2 million to the company that hosts it. It's an Arizona-based web services firm. I don't really know how that relates, though. Like, were they paying $2 million this whole time for web servicing? Like, right. How is this coming out of nowhere now?
Or maybe it was a $2 million combined. I don't know if it was a yearly thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe they just need $2 million to float them for the next several months.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, obviously they're getting paid via trades and whatnot when the site is running properly.
Right. Yeah.
So now the faucet's been shut off, and there's physically no way to pay their this type of thing. So I mean, I kind of get it. A lot of people are like, oh, they're trying to do another cash grab after losing $60 million.
That's kind of what it feels like.
It is what it feels like. But I think if you kind of dig a little deeper, you kind of understand what they need it for. I'm not shelling out any money to keep them afloat for my $100 worth of bags on there or whatever it is. But I don't necessarily think it's nefarious in what they're asking. I think it's a necessity. I would say it's more of a necessity.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting to see, one, where are they getting this money from, who's going to be giving them this money, and two, once they get it, that still doesn't really necessarily mean that everybody's going to get their money back. It doesn't. It says here that none of the 16 million in tokens stolen has been recovered so far, so I wouldn't be chomping at the bit here to be giving them this.
Maybe Brock will come in and save the day.
Maybe.
he likes saving exchanges, so
he is an angel investor.
Yeah, they need a couple of those, I think.
All right, you got one more here?
I do. We have another exchange.
Before we get to this, speaking of exchanges, our friends and sponsor and great friends at this point.
Yes,
Beaksy,
I would say great friends.
Beaksy will be launching any day now.
Maybe even while we're recording. We'll keep you up to date if that happens.
It's not weeks. It's not months at this point. It is days. So, which is super exciting, just in time for the next bull run that Beaksy will be launching. So we're talking about some of these other problems that exchanges have with security and everything like that. So Beaksy's actually pushed back, once or twice because of they want to make sure that their security is absolutely airtight, and which I respect. So they will be launching in days. It's very exciting.
That is very exciting.
So, anyway, what other exchange you got here?
So this one's Kraken. So this is from the block, crypto.com. Kraken, a cryptocurrency exchange that now employs about 800 people, said that it paid 250 salaries in Bitcoin in April. So that's about a quarter of their total employees get paid in Bitcoin. That more employees are opting for getting paid in the cryptocurrency every month. So the company reportedly earned $155 million in revenue in 2018 and had an operating margin of about 56%. Kraken also added that the employee who was paid exclusively in Bitcoin in 2012 retired a year later.
That's amazing.
Well, I think it reminds me of they talk about the old days with like Microsoft and Apple, how like the janitors would get paid in stock
yeah.
and then buying Lambos afterwards.
So cool.
Very cool.
So if you could get your salary in Bitcoin, would you?
It depends when.
Now, like you have to choose.
Could I opt in and opt out every month?
Every month, probably not. Every year, you probably could.
I would do it for the year.
Let's give you the year stipulation that you can but once you're opted in, you have to get paid all year in Bitcoin.
Yeah, like calendar year, like January to January kind of thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have done it this year.
I would do it every year, I think.
2018 would have been shitty.
Yeah, but yes, it would have, but
yeah,
you'd be doing good now, and you'd probably be be balanced out by this
you'd
time.
probably break about even by now.
So, but I think I would do it. So if anyone wants to pay me a salary in Bitcoin, I'll take it.
Nice of you. It's very generous.
Anyway, what else? Do we have any others here?
That's all I have for news. I mean, it's been pretty quiet ever since consensus ended.
Let's just go through the prices here before we go into our little game.
Right. We
here.
really should talk about some prices, eh?
So we have, Masari.io, my new source for all of our pricing and stuff. So we have the top 10 here. Mm-hmm. So Bitcoin, as of this recording, is up 0.13% and is at $8,706, which is pretty incredible. We saw, between now and last time, we saw a dip down to 75-ish.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah,
and then it went on fire over the weekend, just like a $500 candle. Ethereum is doing very well at the moment, $272. XRP 45 cents. Bitcoin Cash, which is interesting, $458. EOS is rounding into your top 5 here at $8.18. Litecoin at $117, which is crazy. I remember seeing it at 30 the other I feel 2 weeks ago. Number 7 is BNB at $33.71. Yeah, that's insane.
That is pretty insane.
Please, Beaksy, pull a BNB.
Yeah, if you could just do that, that'd be great.
We would love it. Anyway, I think we both probably would retire.
Yeah, not from podcasting though. I don't think.
No, I'd be full-time podcasting.
I'd opt in for my third monitor.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then after that, the much maligned Bitcoin SV up 49% today.
Big Papa Pump today. Holy smokes.
49%. They must have gotten wind of all of the Peter McCormick lawsuits going on.
Yeah.
49%, $175.41. Tether at 9 at $1, and Stellar Lumens at number 10 at 13 cents. So that's your top 10 here, which is pretty interesting. So all right, let's play our game. Introduce it for us, Chamber.
So we were chatting before the show and trying to figure out a fun little game we could play, just the two of us. Our friendship
just the two of us.
That's right. We've known each other for almost a year now.
Oh my God!
I know.
Speaking of, all right, stop there.
All right.
We are coming up on our 1-year anniversary. I can't believe it's almost been a year. I think June 28th is the official date. Is that correct? Man. June 28th. That's when I can officially get the tattoo, because we've been together over a year. I'll get the REKT podcast tattoo right on my backside. That would be awesome. we should do a REKT podcast tattoo bet sometime.
Oh, yeah. I just have to get are you a tattoo guy? I don't have any tattoos.
I have zero tattoos.
I also have zero tattoos.
My mother would fucking kill me. So
I just have commitment issues. I just don't know what I want for that long.
You do not. You've been together with your wife since the 80s.
That's true. 87, actually. Yeah.
You guys were born in this next to each other in the hospital.
Actually, it's more of a Cersei Kingslayer relationship at this point.
I have commitment issues. I haven't lived in the same place for more than 2 years since 2011.
Really? So, no, that definitely qualifies.
Yeah, I should have put that in my segment here. But we are coming up. But honestly, at some point, when we are mega successul crypto podcasts, we'll have to get the logo.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Somewhere. We got to do it. Well, maybe we'll, when we start booking live podcasts, that'll happen. We'll take the plunge and we'll do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Anyway, so for our 1 year anniversary, we're going to be doing a Oscar style awards podcast, and we will be giving out some awards that we are choosing. Is that correct? Is that how we're going to do it?
Yeah, I think we're going to choose them because you people don't know how to pick anything. Obviously, my reason for saying that is because you guys never pick me in any of our polls. So obviously, you guys don't know how to pick properly.
Who won the last draft that we did? First of all, I got screwed in that. I had a great team.
It wasn't representative of your team.
Yeah, because I got trounced.
I think Bitcoin Dad won that one.
Yes, shocker. He had his guys came out in droves.
The dad clan.
The dad clan. All right, so we're going to be doing that coming up for our 1 year anniversary. What are we doing today?
Today, though, we are going to play a little game I like to call Two Truths and One Lie.
I think everybody likes to call it that.
Oh, well, you know what? I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
I mean, what else is there to call it?
Two fibs and a dib? I don't know.
One lie and two truths.
Yeah, exactly.
Just flip it.
Yeah.
All right. So how is this going to work?
Well, I'll start. I'll give you 3 statements, and you just 2 of them will be true, and 1 of them will be false, and you're trying to find the one that's false.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
We good? All right. I will start. My first statement is I was an altar boy. All right. Number 2, I won $25,000 in the lottery.
Oh my God.
Number 3, I speak fluent French.
Wow. Okay, this is tough. I believe you. I would totally believe you were an altar boy. I feel like you might speak French being in Canada, but I'm not sure. And I could actually kind of see you winning money in the lottery, which is why you were okay with getting so wrecked. You're like, oh, this is found money. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with you do not speak fluent French.
Je suis désappointé.
Son of a bitch.
Tu as pris la mauvaise question. I speak fluent French. I did not win $25,000. You were correct on the altar boy.
Yeah, well, I knew you'd come from a long line of altar boys.
That's right, a long line. One might call it a train.
Oh, yeah, that was
perfect. Dark. That was a dark joke.
That is perfect. Okay, my turn?
Your turn.
Okay. I was recruited to play college baseball. I am deathly allergic to shellfish. Or I was once on a Nickelodeon commercial.
Holy shit. So, I mean, it would be one of the great tragedies of the world if you couldn't eat shellfish. A man of your palate to deny shellfish would be just a sin. You were once on a Nickelodeon commercial? Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
And then, sorry, what was the first one again?
I was recruited to play college baseball.
That sounds correct. I just assume everybody from the U.S. was recruited to play baseball at some point. It's like hockey here in Canada.
Right.
I want to say the Nickelodeon thing's too specific, so I'm going to say you were on a Nickelodeon, which is hilarious. I'm going to say you were on a Nickelodeon commercial. You did not get recruited to play college baseball.
I did, in fact.
No way!
Division III college baseball at Dominican College in New York.
Really?
I am not deathly allergic to shellfish.
Oh, thank goodness. At least everything is right in the world.
I'm deathly allergic to pine nuts, so I can't have pine nuts. Yes.
Well,
but
that's a good trade.
And so I don't know if it was a commercial per se is the right word for it, but back in the early 90s, Nickelodeon had something called The Big Help. Do you remember such a thing?
We didn't have Nickelodeon here in Canada.
Okay, so there was something called The Big Help, and it was kind of like a Nickelodeon, like, environmentally friendly kind of movement thing.
Okay.
And they made this music video, and I was in the music video.
That's amazing. Do we have clips of this? Do we have receipts?
I gotta try to find it somewhere. I don't know. I just remember, like, we taped it in, like, Brooklyn, and there was one part where we were on, like, a Brooklyn roof, and it was so hot. I was, like, 8 years old, and there was one part where we had to, like, hold these big letters that spelled out Big Help, and I was the G. I just googled The Big Help Nickelodeon 1994. There you go. I was 8 years old. Let's see if I can. Oh my God, I might have found it. I'm gonna see if I can. If this is it, I'll post it or tweet it or something.
This is terrific.
All right, hit me with your second one.
All right, my second set of questions here, or statements. Statement number 1: I have a degree in philosophy.
Interesting.
Statement number 2: I used to be a used car salesman. Statement number 3: I used to interview Bigfoot witnesses.
That's totally true. I guarantee you that's true. In fact, like, if you weren't into crypto, I could totally see you having a Bigfoot podcast. You might
branch out. You never know.
I'm not even sure that you don't under your real name already. Sponsored by Jack Link's Beef Jerky.
That's some good beef.
Yeah. Let's see. Philosophy major. What was the other one?
Used car salesman.
You do hate people. I could see you getting worn out of doing that at some point. like that being a former job. Now, the problem is, I know that you have been with your current job, your current company, for quite some time.
I have.
Almost as long as you've known your wife. Yeah, but you are ancient. I don't know what you graduated college with. That's interesting. I've never heard you really reference any philosophers on the show. I'm going to go with that's the false. That's the lie.
The philosophy major?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yes.
So, yes, you are 100% correct. I did interview Bigfoot witnesses, and I...
For what?
For the BFRO in Canada here.
Bigfoot what?
Research Organization.
Oh my God, I hate you.
Yeah. They're a national. They're a national.
In unrelated program. News, this will be our last show. Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Well, somebody's got to.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's right. They're out there, and that's so right. Is he. This is interesting because I went a similar vein here, I guess. All right, so I play guitar. I am a certified beer expert, and I have a history minor.
Interesting. You play guitar. You're a good singer, so I'm assuming you're musically inclined. I'm going to say you do play guitar. You're a certified beer tester, is that what you said, or taster?
Expert,
not certified. So there's technically no paperwork backing it up.
No, certified beer expert. So there would be.
Certified beer expert. So it is certified. That I would believe. And so what was the last one again?
That I have a history minor.
History minor. That sounds right. You're a pretty knowledgeable fella. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the school. I'm gonna go history minor. I'm gonna say you had a history major.
Is the lie? You're going, that's the lie.
Yeah.
So you are correct. That is the lie.
Okay.
I have an economics minor, not a history minor. But I do play guitar, and I am a certified Cicerone, which is what it's called. Yes. And that is a certified beer expert, and there's probably only roughly 2,500 of them in the entire world.
Oh, that's from your time in your old job, correct?
Yes, correct.
Interesting.
Correct.
I like that.
Indeed. So that was fun. We're gonna have to we should do more of those because that was fun.
We should. Yeah, it's hard to think of them, quickly. So it's like almost something you'd have to write down. You're like, Bunchu doesn't know that about me.
Right? Yeah. I like it because it gives the listeners some insight into how stupid and terrible we are.
Yeah, how shitty our lives are.
Right. Or more so, how shitty our life choices are.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that was a short and sweet one, right on the nose, about 35 minutes to get back in the groove. We will be back next week. However, I will not be back next week, Chamber. You do know this, correct?
I don't. I'm learning this live on the air.
You are not, because I've told you this 4 times. So I'm going to tweet the receipts.
All right. I want receipts.
I am traveling on Sunday to Chicago for work training, which is terrible.
That is terrible.
Yep, so I'll be gone until late Wednesday. So maybe if we record one, I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Most likely I will not be around next week. But anyway, that's it for us. Any last words, Chamber?
No, man. It was a good day. I'm glad to have you back. I'm glad that you moved in and you don't have to move any more boxes or lift any more couches.
Yes, I got. It was. Oh, by the way, so I had my washer and dryer delivered today that I had to purchase, and I didn't have any cash on me left to tip the guys, and I felt terrible. And as they were walking out, I was like, "Hey, I really wanted to tip you guys, but I don't have any cash." So instead of just saying sorry. I said, hey, do you have Cash App or Venmo? And they were like, oh, I have Cash App. So I Cash Apped them my tip. And technology is cool. I did not, however, they didn't know what Bitcoin was. I asked them, hey, do you want some Bitcoin?
They didn't know what it was?
No,
I feel like a good majority of people kind of know what it is now, no?
They didn't seem to know, or else they just didn't want me to tip them that way. So.
I don't know what that is, so
sorry.
USD, please.
Yes. Do you have any of those tethers?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm Ripple fam.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's about it for us. Until next time, don't get wrecked, and that is financial advice.